So you want a MAIN Bel'Veth. Well, do you like stingrays? Do you like the void? Do you like endless hunger? And do you like her weird fake thighs? Oh, hey, how long have you been floating over there in the corner?
We have always watched.
Okay, well, can I continue the video now?
Do not disappoint me.
Then Bel'Veth, the Empress of the Void, is for you.
I am the voice of the silence.
The Void was once a dimension of nothingness until existence came into being, causing forcefully individualized Void entities to lash out for eons to defend themselves. Erasing everything they consumed, they were named after what they left behind, a Void. Every time they touched the world, the Void beings were mutated into fierce, violent animals. The Void changed with them as, after every battle and every incursion, something sinister began gestating deep within the darkest recesses of the Void-born tunnels. In time, fueled by both humans opening rifts for wars, and the Watchers attempting to invade the Freljord, this pocket within the Void grew to embrace the opposites of all the old Void. It started craving desires, wants, and needs. Eventually, it craved a leader. Someone or something that could interface with the humans and tell them of what was to come. This leader is Bel'Veth, a terrifying Void being born from the combined memories, experiences, and emotions of an entire devoured port city. Bel'Veth's mind contains millions of years of perfectly preserved knowledge, giving her near omniscience as she prepares to destroy both Runeterra and the domain of her creators, the Watchers.
The Watchers must die so the Void can be reborn.
Gee, you make it sound so simple. Anyway, Bel'Veth's passive is Violet Death. Casting an ability generates 2 stacks in her resource bar. Bel'Veth is ghosted while she has stacks. Takedowns on jungle camps, champions, and cannon minions grant permanent stacks that give attack speed stacking infinitely, and purple math. Yep. She's one of those champions, like Vigar or Nasus. Wow, you are beautifully terrifying. And a ticking time bomb. The longer the game goes on, the stronger she gets. Bel'Veth's Q is 4 fucking dashes. Bel'Veth dashes in one of 4 cardinal directions, dealing damage and applying on-hit effects. It can critically strike, deals bonus damage to jungle camps, and the cooldown of each direction is reduced by Bel'Veth's bonus attack speed and dash math. So, infinitely stacking attack speed and 4 dashes. Cool. What else? Bel'Veth's W is Tail Whip. Bel'Veth slams her tail down a target direction, dealing magic damage and knocking up enemies' hit, and slows them. Plus, it resets her Q's dash cooldown in the target direction, and here's the math. A knock-up, slow, and a dash reset. Yeah, well, at least you're squishy and burstable, right? Right? Bel'Veth's E is the no-no zone. She enters a defensive stance, gaining 20% lifesteal and 70% damage reduction, and rapidly strikes the lowest health target, applying on-hit effects and dealing 150% damage to monsters. At least it can't crit. It can also be recast to end the channel early, and can be cancelled by casting another ability, and here's the math. So you're just like a more brutal Master Yi, huh?
Evolution is never gentle.
Okay, well, let's see the icing on this shit cake. Bel'Veth's ultimate is Stingray. This is a fucking essay, so bear with me as I try to summarize. Auto attacks passively mark the target, causing them to take bonus true damage every other attack, stacking infinitely, capped at 5 stacks for epic monsters. Takedowns on champions or epic monsters spawn a Void Coral for 15 seconds. Void creatures spawn Enhanced Void Coral. Those were all passive effects of this ability. Now actively, Bel'Veth consumes a Void Coral, slowing nearby enemies and creating an explosion, dealing true damage, and takes on her true form for 60 seconds. In her true form, she gains bonus health, bonus movement speed out of combat, 50 bonus attack range, bonus attack speed, and her Q gains the ability to dash over walls. Consuming more Void Coral refreshes the duration and heals Bel'Veth. Consuming Enhanced Void Coral extends the duration to 180 seconds and causes Void Remora to spawn when minions die near her and march down the lane, and here's an essay of math. So, a bunch of free true damage, and a built-in ZZ Rot portal. You know, that item Riot removed because it was too good at pushing lanes. Your ult is pretty overloaded, you know that, lady? How is anyone supposed to comprehend that?
I am beyond you.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. For maxing order, I go QWE. Q for more damage, W for lower cooldown and longer slow, and E last because the damage reduction is a flat 70%. But you're probably asking, how do I play Bel'Veth?
Joey, can you solo Drake like that? Oh, can you solo the main like that?
Yeah, oh no,
Get that first. Get them both.
Kill her.
I don't know what that champion is, bro. What are you doing?
Whoa.
I'm balanced!
Damn.
I'm balanced, bro. What do you mean? I'm a balanced champion. I'm a balanced champion, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd surrender after that, too.
Damn.
12-0 on Bel'Veth. Not bad, boys. Early game, you want to mainly focus on farming the jungle, because that's where your scaling comes from. You're very good at clearing camps early because of Q's bonus damage to camps, so use that to your advantage along with the sustain from your E. You're very weak and squishy early game though, with low base health and damage, so contesting Scuttle Crab may be hard depending on the matchup. Just keep an eye on your lanes and look for ganks when you can. Mid-game, you look for objectives like Rift Herald and Dragon. She is disgusting with Rift Herald because of her dubious little creatures. Seriously, I took 3 turrets in a row with Herald and Void Remoras because Riot just said it's okay to turn your enemy minions against them. Bel'Veth's really out here saying like, yo, it's our minions now, bro. Oh, and try to gank, of course. Try to catch enemies with W for the slow and knock up, and then dash in with Q and slap them to death. If everything goes right, by the time late game comes around, you'll be a high damage hyper carry with tons of free true damage and crazy attack speed. For Bel'Veth runes, I like to take Conqueror for the sustain, but if you're feeling frisky and really want to slap as quickly as you can go for Lethal Tempo instead. For items to build, I think this is pretty standard for her at the moment. Kraken Slayer into Bork feels really good on her right now for the free on-hit true damage and the lifesteal, but Bel'Veth's still new, so, you know, the build could change. Speaking of which, Bel'Veth only has one skin, and it's Final Fantasy boss. Playing against Bel'Veth is a lot like playing against Master Yi, in the sense that she can be really scary if you let her farm and scale, but if you shut her down early, she isn't nearly as much of a problem. But don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself if she doesn't get banned with her 70% ban rate at the time of recording. You got anything else you want to say to the people, Bel'Veth?
My Runeterra will be beautiful.
Beautifully haunting. Well, I'm the wild card, and I'll see you on the Rift. If I survive.